In this episode, I'm going to talk about why you can't just put your course out there and expect to really make any money. All right, I'm Donna Ashton, and I think this is sort of that myth of if you build it, they will come. And when it comes to an online course, it just doesn't work anymore. Now, maybe years ago that was the case, and I've been around over 10 years in the online marketing space, selling courses and programs, and things were very different a long time ago when there wasn't so much competition and people out there starting businesses and selling courses. But the truth of the matter is that the internet is a very busy, crazy place, and most of the time, if you just push your course up, you are going to get lost in the sea of everyone else who's doing the same. So, if you have spent thousands of dollars on an amazing website and have this beautiful place for people to come find you, and you put it up and suddenly you're like, it's up, it's ready, I'm open for business, and then there's crickets, it's because no one is going to find you. No one is going to, with the millions of websites out there, with the millions of people, they're not going to just find your one website to help you with your relationship or help you, with your purpose in life or your business. It just isn't going to happen. So if you've spent money creating a great sales page on your portal, maybe wherever you're housing your course, and you're like, I've posted it a few times on social media, I sent it out to some friends, and I have some followers, but nobody's buying. It's just because people are busy and they're not seeing your stuff. If you have followers on Facebook, if you have followers on Instagram, that doesn't necessarily mean they're seeing it. If you post once or twice that you have a great course and then nobody buys, it's not enough. No one is going to, most of the time, you may sell one or two here or there and get lucky, but if you're looking for ongoing income, if you're looking for consistent replacement income, making $3,000 to $5,000 a month, you've got to have some things in place to do that. It doesn't just happen by sitting on the beach drinking margaritas or putting up a pretty website or making sure your graphic is amazing for your course. Or getting a copywriter to write your sales page. It doesn't matter how great all of that is if you don't have the right traffic and if you don't have enough traffic coming through to your sales page, wherever that is, if it's on a Teachable site or Thinkific site, or if it's just on your website. You have to have consistent traffic coming through. And it's way more than you ever think. Like, mentioning it a few times is not enough. Even just doing a launch is not enough. And I know many of the people that I work with have a very small or no list. So there are some things that will help you gain some traction. If you have a list of 1,000 people or 2,500 people, which is still considered a relatively small list, you at least have someone to start with. You have a place to go. You have a tribe of people. And that's the same if you have a Facebook group. Like, say you have a Facebook group with 1,000 people or 500 people. Still small, but there's some people there. And hopefully they're the right people. Because it's not just about getting in front of as many people as possible. If those people are not your ideal clients, if they don't feel that the problem that they have is big enough or that they have the problem you're offering your course as the solution for, then they're not going to respond because they're like, oh yeah, no, I don't really have that problem. I don't need that course. So it is about getting in front of enough people. It's also getting in front of the right people. The people who really feel the pain, the people who really have the challenge, the people who really need, the solution, which is your course, whether it's making more money or helping them with a relationship or helping them with their health, their body, their losing weight, helping them with their whatever it could be. So if they don't feel that you can help them, if they don't feel that they have the problem that you're talking about, which is another issue, if you're not saying the right messaging, if you're not connecting with the right words and, saying it in the right way that they feel like, oh my gosh, that's exactly the problem I'm having. She gets it. Then they will pass it by. They won't even notice. I mean, I read some statistic that you've got like 2 seconds. I say 5 seconds, but it could be less, to catch someone's attention on the internet if they're scrolling through Facebook, or it's an ad in their feed, or a boosted post, or even an email. Like, they just look at the subject line, right? And if it doesn't sound interesting, or they read the first few lines of your email, and if it's not catching their attention, they're off. Our attention spans have gone down a lot. We get so much information and, all of this stuff coming at us all the time. Even if they are interested, even if they are part of your group, it doesn't mean they're going to buy just by you sending one post or one email. You have to send way more than you think you feel comfortable with. In fact, I had a mentor that told me, always send at least one more email than you feel comfortable with, because not everyone sees it. Not everyone reads it. Not everyone reads all of it. And they might be busy, or they didn't look at that, or they just hit the delete and they didn't bother. But if you are consistent, if you are persistent, and if you have a way to capture traffic and bring enough of the right people in front of your course on an ongoing automated basis, that's when you can start really creating this consistent flow of income, unless you have a very large list. Now, if you have 10,000 people on your list, or 8,000 people, you can do some launches to your group, within your own tribe. If you have tons of followers on Instagram or Facebook, you're starting with a large community, then it's a little easier to go in and do what I call a live launch or a soft launch right inside your own group and sell to them first. But eventually they are going to get tired of hearing about it if you're just talking about over and over every month, buy my course, buy my course, buy my course. Even those people are going to be annoyed. You really can't keep hitting your list over and over and over. So the trick here is to get new people to come and see your stuff. And the best way that I know to do this is through a funnel, to create enough traffic and automation so that you don't have to be posting all over the internet 6 hours a day to try to get enough people to look at your sales page and to get your marketing. Set up some automation so that the right people that you're targeting comes and then sees your sales page, your webinar, whatever you have set up there, and goes through your marketing funnel so that they either decide to buy or don't buy, but you don't have to be the one talking to them and emailing them and following up with them and do you want to buy this and did you get this? You have to automate this. So if you're looking for a way to make that income and save the time, and that's, I'm assuming, why you created a course in the first place, to have extra income and to leverage your time, then make sure you follow through with it. Don't just create a course and think it's going to save you time and you're going to make all this money, because it's not going to happen. Most likely, unless you have one of the things I already talked about. If you have no or a very small list, if you have just a little bit of social media, you need an influx of ideal clients coming to see your course every month, or at least on a quarterly basis if you're going to do live launches. So if you need more information about creating a marketing funnel, about anything that I'm talking about, click the link below. I'll be happy to hop on a call with you to talk through how I can support you through some of my programs to creating a automated funnel that brings people to you so that you don't have to chase people all over the internet or get discouraged because your great course is just sitting there and it's not making any money, it's not helping anyone, and it's sort of like you start to second guess. Maybe my stuff's not so good. Maybe they don't really need this. Maybe nobody likes me. Maybe my hair looks weird in these videos. It's most likely not about you, but it is about the way you're marketing or not marketing your course. I had another mentor that told me if there's a problem in your business with your course or your programs, it's most likely a marketing problem. And I can tell you almost 100%, unless you have just a course that nobody wants, But if you know you're already serving the need, if you're already doing it in your therapy or in your practice or in your business, if you're helping clients and then you've just taken what you've done and moved it into an online course, you know the need is there. So it's marketing. You're just not doing it correctly, not doing it enough, or not doing it in the right way to really make a difference for what you want to create this consistent income. So get someone to help you with your funnel, if it's me or someone else. If you want to create this ongoing income, it's well worth it to set out. It's just like doing your course. You get your course done, you've got it. You get your funnel done, you've got it. But you've got to have those pieces in place, or you're just sort of, it's not even spaghetti marketing, because throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping some stick, you might actually get some sales. But with this, it's gotten so crazy out there that you probably won't get much of anything. And then you start to feel bad about yourself. You start to feel like what your gifts are and your brilliance nobody wants, or it's not worth it, or I guess that's just not going to work for me, which is all a bunch of bull. So don't blame yourself. Just get some different marketing so that you will actually have good results, help people, and make a nice, generous income passively, and leverage, which is, I know, why you created your course in the first place. So if you want more details, look below for some resources and book a session with me, and I'll be happy to talk this all through with you and let you know how I can support you in this. All right, until next time. Bye-bye.